Hello, what is your name? What is your relationship with the interviewer? Do you support the death penalty?
Hello, my name is Zhou Rongshan and I'm a student being interviewed by a classmate. Regarding the death penalty, I do not support it, though I understand why others might.
If Taiwan decide whether to abolish the death penalty through a referendum, is it feasible for you?
I think it's procedurally possible. However, I worry that emotional charge issues like this may not always result in fair or just outcomes through a popular vote.
The next question is Taiwan's new system of national judge is partly similar to American juries. If a national judge imposes a death sentence, it means that this is the general desire and public will of the people. Do you think it is reasonable?
The new national judge system gives the public a voice, which is a good idea in principle. But I believe that serious decisions, especially those involving the death penalty, shouldn't rely solely on public opinion. Emotions, media coverage, and social biases can heavily influence the judgment.
Okay, the next question. Developed countries such as Japan, Singapore, and the United States still have a death penalty. It seems that abolishing the death penalty is not a global trend. What do you think?
While it's true that some developed countries still retain the death penalty, many others have abolished it. I don't think the fact that it still exists in some places means that it's right or necessary. Progress isn't always a straight path, and we have to ask whether the death penalty truly serves justice or society's needs today.
Okay, the next question. The families of criminal victims demand justice and compensation, and the murderer must be punished with the harsh punishment to meet the retribution. What do you think?
Victims' families absolutely deserve justice and support, but I believe justice is not the same as revenge. Supporting them should include emotional care, financial compensation, and long term assistance as well, not necessarily the death of the perpetrator.
Okay, for the next question. Some people say that in this case of the most serious crimes, the public power of the state is qualified to deprive people of their right to life. What do you think?
Even for the most serious crimes, I don't believe the state should take a life. Doing so sets a dangerous precedent and raises moral and legal questions as well about who gets to decide the value of human life.
Okay, the next question. From the perspective of cost and taxpayer willingness, the death penalty seems to be more economical option. What do you think?
Some people argue that the death penalty is more cost effective, but research shows that it can actually be more expensive due to lengthy trials and appeals. More importantly, justice should not be based on cost, human life, and fairness are not economic calculations.
Okay, for the next question, what do you think of the occurrence of brutal death penalty cases such as the Zheng Jie case, indiscriminate killing on the MRT, and Wang Jingyu case, killing a young child, the Wang Zhenxian case, burning parents to death, and etc.
Cases like Zheng Jie and Wang Jingyu are indeed shocking and heartbreaking. It's natural to fear and feel anger and horror in response. But even in such extreme cases, I believe justice must retain principle and not reactive. Life imprisonment without parole ensures public safety without taking another life.
For the next question, if your own loved one was viciously murdered, is there any way to advocate against the death penalty and why?
If someone I loved were murdered, I would be devastated and likely feel deep anger. But I hope I would still oppose the death penalty because I wouldn't want another family to lose a loved one, even if that person was guilty. Taking more life shouldn't heal the pain.
Okay, for the last question, do you think it's reasonable to replace the death penalty with life imprisonment without parole, and why?
Yes, I believe replacing the death penalty with life imprisonment without parole is a reasonable alternative. It ensures public safety and delivers a strong punishment, but avoids the irreversible risk of executing someone innocent.
Okay, from this interview, I agree with the interview's point of view. They recognize the pain of victims and seriousness of crime, but still emphasize human rights, fairness, and the risk of irreversible punishment. Their stance is both empathic and rational. Thank you.
Thank you.